Dyson is a fantastic case study to explain how marketing is so much more than just creating a logo or a website or socials. It extends into every area and aspect of the business. And that's something that we do well at TEI. And it's hard to explain to businesses. And I think that Dyson allows me to kind of break down how it plays a vital role in all areas of the business. So I love Dyson. They are fantastic engineers of products that are so different that you cannot buy anywhere else. The items are fantastically designed. Like, they just look like quality. They look like luxury. They're explained and articulated in very simple terms. They've done a great job of in-mall installations that are rooted in education. But what I love the most about Dyson is their customer experience and how powerful that is for customer loyalty, and why I'm more inclined to talk and to share about them on socials in a very natural and organic way because of how well they've treated me as a customer. So I bought the Air Wrap about 6 years ago when it first came out. It's become viral now on Instagram. You almost can't, if you're on my feed, you can't open up Instagram and not see some girl with a Air Wrap tutorial. I bought this years ago because I love technology. I'm a technology freak. If you come to my house, I got everything, like my toaster has a screen on it. So anyways, I've had it for several years and I've had it break down a few times. Nothing like serious, like typical wear and tear, but I contact customer service first because it's not a product. It's like Apple. Like, you can only go to the provider to get it fixed. Their customer service is through the roof. The language that they use while you're on hold, they use like fabulous customer service. They use great superlatives that capture the brand. The hold voice has a British accent. It makes you feel like you're entering into the Dyson universe. The way in which you speak to a real human so quickly without a ton of prompts. But what I love the most about Dyson is that with this one product that I bought 6 years ago plus, they've replaced it for free, brand new, 3 times without question. And the last time that they did it, I had to call back twice because the product was out of stock. They allowed me to pick a new one off the website, including like whatever color I wanted. And it was the new edition because the one that I had gotten was outdated without an ask or question for anything. And that results in brand loyalty. And it's difficult for when you are wearing your marketing hat as a business owner and trying to understand, where does kind of marketing play into this? Marketing is everything. It's the whole experience. It's the way that I bought off of an influencer or the Instagram ad, and it's how I keep buying because of how you treated me after my point of purchase. And that's what a brand is. It's not a logo. It's the experience, and Dyson has nailed it. So Dyson is a great example for you to look to, and no matter what industry you're in. What a brand, what a brand.